Hello everyone, welcome to today's event. I'm today's host, Zhang Hanbing. Welcome to this video, and today we are going to focus on a very important topic, domestic violence. Domestic violence is a serious social problem that causes great harm to the physical and mental health of victims. We need to work together to strengthen our understanding of domestic violence and work to promote family harmony and safety. We are divided into 5 parts, and the first part is about the cases of domestic violence by my company. Welcome to Jia Zhiyang.
Domestic violence is referred to as domestic abuse. It is physical, emotional, or sexual abuse through beatings, bondage, confinement, and other means against a family member. Domestic violence usually occurs in relationships of blood, marriage, or adoption. Most victims of domestic violence are vulnerable groups, such as women, children, older adults, or men with low family status. The findings of domestic violence show that domestic violence is the result of a combination of factors. First, the economic factors. According to the relevant statistics, domestic violence is more common in families with relatively low social status because of the financial pressure, while the economic income gap in the family is also one of the causes of domestic violence. Second, external pressure. External pressure factors mainly include unsatisfactory employment or unemployment, financial constraints, single-parent families, etc. Third, personal factors. Due to the different growth backgrounds, living environments, education levels, economic income levels, and the ability of self-regulation, the way to relieve various pressure and emotion varies from person to person. Domestic violence might become a habitual way to reduce feelings. Fourth, there are still defects in the existing laws. Although domestic violence is prohibited by law, the difficulties in proving domestic violence, insufficient judicial enforcement, and supervision have significantly restricted the progress of anti-domestic violence.
Thanks to Jia Zhiyang for sharing. That family should be a warm, supportive, and safe place. Yet, many people suffer from fear and violence in their own families. We must give courage and support to those victims and let them know that they are not alone and that we are here to help and protect them. Let's break down this case and welcome to Yuan Xinyi.
What is that covers the mouth of Winnie and makes the waves fade away as if nothing happened? On the one hand, there is brainwashing story types. Life is like this. A Korean man in his 30s has been criticized for beating his Vietnamese wife because he didn't speak the same language as her. A disturbing video of the beating, taken directly from his wife's phone, began trending online and said he was detained on July 8. While a series of public positions called for the man to be severely punished, in this story, it's the shadows of women in the marriage so low that she is subjected to the violence of her husband for the slight things, that everything she does is wrong. On the other hand, there is the similarities to social concerns. Once the word marriage is involved, everything becomes a family affair and outside feel no need to interfere. Make Me a Sandwich is a short film in which a wife takes revenge on her husband for his constant bullying and abuse. The film explores themes of marital abuse and mental health. It ends with a shocking twist that may make you reconsider the problems in your relationship. When atrocities are reported but not stopped, and cries for help go nowhere and the cost is only every greater. According to these cases, we can see that in a marriage, women are in a passive position. Does Mary really become a shackles of women? My final message to all women is this: if you can't leave him because of his intimidation or fear, then please don't be afraid. After suffering domestic violence, please bravely call the police. Timely examination of injuries, let the police warn him. Keep the evidence of domestic violence. If serious injuries can also let him accept legal sanctions. If you want to leave him and you are afraid he will find you again and do something violent to you, you can get a writ of habeas corpus from the police, so that if he harries you again, he will be taken into custody.
Thank you, Yun Xinyi, for sharing. And let's also focus on the rules and cases of domestic violence. This behavior is often related to an imbalance of power and control. Both men and women should be treated equally and respectfully in the family. We need to encourage and promote communication, understanding, and respect among family members in order to break the cycle of violence. Let's analyze it from another perspective and welcome to Yang Jiaqing.
Following the example I gave it previously, Johnny Depp got a divorce case which had a worldwide influence. That case is about husband get abused from the wife. As long as we all know, men got much more powerful than the woman. But however, based on the education or the manner, men are not always choose to against their wife, even though they got abused. So that's the reason why wife abuse men occur. But let's think about the reason why a person want to abuse the person who loved, because people need to choose the person who loved to get married. Using the psychological way to analyze this point, we normally got one main point, which is the original family. The abuser always gets abused or see their parents abuse each other, or at least one way in their original family. So they will know that is love, and that will get into their subconscious. Even though they are growing up and they know this way is not right, they cannot control yourself because the subconscious is not easy to be changed.
Thank you, Yang Jiaqing. Domestic violence is a worldwide problem, and different countries have adopted their own ways and strategies to deal with domestic violence. Let's take a look at how some countries deal with it or reflect on personal reflection on this issue. Welcome to Zhang Yuzi.
The treatment and reaction on domestic violence vary across different countries due to cultural, social, and legal factors. It is important to note that domestic violence is a global issue that affects individuals regardless of their nationality or socio-economic status. Government initiatives, the level of government commitment and investment in combating domestic violence can vary. Some countries have established national action plans, policies, and task forces dedicated to addressing domestic violence, while others may have limited governmental response or lack a coordinated approach. Awareness and education. Countries may have different levels of awareness and education regarding domestic violence. Some nations have robust public awareness campaigns, education program, and support service aimed at raising awareness about the issue, promoting prevention and supporting survivors.
Thank you, Zhang Yuzi. Finally, I would like to emphasize that everyone has responsibility to participate in the efforts to prevent domestic violence. Whether it is a family member, friend, neighborhood, or comrade, We should all pay attention to the signs around us and encourage and support victims while reporting any acts of domestic violence. Let's unity and work together to create a society free of domestic violence. Thank you, everyone.